Setting boundaries with friends and men. There's certain types of friends that I've had experience with all my life, and these are the types of friends I will no longer tolerate. The friendships I no longer tolerate are those friendships with women who have low self-esteem. Everyone has suffered with low self-esteem at some point in their life. But when you've worked so hard to overcome low self-esteem, when you've worked so hard to become the woman of your dreams, when you've worked so hard to become ambitious, creative, and you value and love every aspect of yourself, you do not want to be hanging around with women who have low self-esteem. And this is because women with low self-esteem will see you as a threat. They'll see your confidence, they'll see your self-assurance, and they will see you as competition, which can be dangerous. They will be in secret competition with you in every aspect of your life, from your looks to your weight to your work life. Everything will be a secret competition. This is dangerous. This is not friendship. This is fake friendship. Women with low self-esteem will be envious of you, will be jealous of you, could even go so far as to bully you. And I'll tell you a few examples of the women who have had low self-esteem, who have had a dramatic bad impact on my life. I've had an experience with a friend who I won't mention their name, but they basically copied everything about me, from my work attire to the colour scheme of my business, and implemented it into their business after they saw me being successful in what I did. This is a sign of someone who has low self-esteem, and is a sign of someone who is envious of you, because this person hasn't got confidence in their own identity. They will try and steal your identity and pass it off as their own. I never mentioned it to this person at the time, but to steal my work ethic, to steal everything about my business and make it your own is a really bad move, is really wrong. Why couldn't she just have faith and ability to be herself, to be her own person, have her own colour scheme? No, this is a sign of a woman who is jealous, envious, and has low self-esteem. This is a certain type of friend you should avoid at all costs. I've also had experiences of women who have been in secret competition with every aspect of my life, from my weight to my work life to my love life to my work life. Everything, they've been in competition with me, and I didn't notice it at the time, but when I look back I can see that these type of women also had low self-esteem. It's because they would post pictures of me on their timeline, on their stories, of me looking really overweight and fat, and then standing next to me looking really slim and skinny, and I didn't think anything of it at the time. But now that I look back, this is a sign of a hater. This is a sign of a woman who has low self-esteem, because she wants to make you look bad and her look better, and the only way she can do that is by finding a picture of you which makes you look your worst possible way, so she can outshine you, when in all reality you are the one who always outshines them. You are the one who is above them, because they always feel the need to bring you down. Another example of women with low self-esteem could be when they gang up on you, when they bully you, when they say comments about the way you look, about the way you act, about your hair, about your face. And this can stem down to being a teenager, which I'm not giving any excuse for teenagers, but people do suffer with low self-esteem as teenagers. But not everybody who's a teenager goes out to belittle and bully and hate on other people. I was in situations at some points in my life which I never mentioned to these people, because I didn't have the confidence to bring it up to them or say anything to them, but it did affect me. They bullied me so bad at college because of the way I looked, because I looked pretty, because I was confident in myself, and even if they looked good, they weren't confident in their self. They didn't have high self-esteem. So when they saw someone come along who shone their light, who dressed how they wanted, who wore makeup how they wanted, they would find any little fault in me, any little flaw they could bring to the spotlight and make it so big that they focused on that fault to make themselves feel better, and they would bully me every day at college, and that took an effect on my confidence and my self-esteem, but I didn't take it out on anybody else. In fact, I took it out on myself, and the more I got bullied, the more these jealous haters tried to bring me down, the more makeup I wore, the more I looked what's the word, I didn't look like myself anymore. I would completely plaster myself in makeup to the point where I was unrecognisable, and they would bully me even more, thinking that that's how I did my makeup. No, I did my makeup like that because they were bullying me, and they were bringing me down every day, all because I had a high self-worth and they could see, and they wanted to bring me down because I was above them, and I still am above them. So, as you can see, you should never ever tolerate a woman with low self-esteem as your friend. If you see someone coming your way and they have low self-esteem, they are only going to see you as a threat. They are only going to see you as competition, and they are only going to be envious of you. They are only going to copy your every move and pass it off as their own. Stay away from women with low self-esteem. Why you should set boundaries with men. You should set boundaries with men in the same way you set boundaries with your friendships. This is because you don't want to allow any low value man come into your life, take advantage of you and take over your life. Setting boundaries with men means if they ask for your number and they barely know you, or they've just been talking to you on Instagram on your pictures that you're posting, and then they ask for your number, do not under any circumstances give out your WhatsApp number to them. They have no right to have access to you, your energy, or your phone number. What kind of high value man will ask a woman for her phone number over social media? Fair enough, people want to get to know people, but the types of men who slide into DMs and ask for your number or ask for pictures of you, you know what? They're low value men. You've got no need for them. They're not wanted in my life. They shouldn't be wanted in your life if you're a high value woman. And we merely will not tolerate these types of men or give them our number. Also, the boundaries with men is, why are you going to be posting provocative pictures of yourself on social media where you're showing off everything all at once? Why are you going to be sending out provocative photos to men in the DMs? Why are you going to be flaunting yourself all over social media in your most skimpiest outfit in order to gain approval from men? Gaining approval from men through these types of photographs and all this stuff that you do, that's just a sign of you having low self-esteem, and it makes you look desperate, and the men are not going to respect you in that aspect. It just makes you look really desperate. So you shouldn't do that, because you're only going to be attracting the men who are going to be sliding into your DMs asking for your WhatsApp number. Low value men. You don't want to deal with any of that. You want to filter them out. And I'm not saying any of this to bash anyone or to say what you're doing is wrong and you're a bad person, because I'm no angel. I've made mistakes in my past. Boundaries with men. Of course, I've gone out to clubs, I've given my number out to men, I've dressed provocatively in the past. That's why I'm speaking from experience. That's why I'm so passionate about all this now. That's why I've learned from my life lessons, from my life experience, how not to behave, how not to be, and how to gain respect and not to be treated like a doormat by men. Setting boundaries will get you more respect from men, because they'll know you're not easy, you're not someone to be walked all over, and you're not someone who will just give them what they want when they say jump and you're going to say how high. They know you're not like that. So, I've been there, done that. I've been that low value woman. I've been someone who will go out drinking all the time. I have dressed in ways which I shouldn't dress, and I've attracted all the wrong life experiences, all the wrong men into my life. But you know what? I've worked on my self-esteem. I've changed. I've worked on my confidence. I've changed. I've worked on my boundaries. I've changed. And now I will not allow anyone into my life who crosses my boundaries or doesn't meet my expectations or respects me in any way. I will not tolerate anyone, friendship, relationship, anything. I will not tolerate anything in my life that makes me feel less of myself, that makes me feel like less of a high value woman, and that makes me lower my standards to accommodate them. So, if you can be anything in life, be great and stay blessed and stay focused.